There's been a horrific slaughter in the Ukraine, which I believe was where I did the thing. Oh my god, is there a huge amount of points I just got? So how are the zombies doing? It looks to me like I need to do a little bit more in terms of movement in the Baltic states. But now everyone should be infected, so be a little bit more difficult for them to do their thing. Everyone's fending off, though. We have a runner combo, which I believe is the first combo we've seen from any of the zombies. Enhanced motor control and engorged quadriceps allow some zombies to sprint and chase down their prey, increasing their severity. That's something I really did need. I'll go ahead and get a couple more abilities. That really did help out tremendously with the severity, so I think it's safe to say that we may have won this one. The zombies are not losing now. They're actually winning now. And pretty much everyone's been infected now, so the only countries left that are still around is Iceland, Poland, the Balkan states, and the Baltic states. So, and they're quickly, the Baltic states are about to go down. ZCOM has been destroyed in the Baltic states. And now we can take those zombies, now that ZCOM is no longer an issue, and move them into another area, and start overwhelming Poland, and finally put this to rest. And as a matter of fact, do that. Now the Baltic states doesn't have a chance. If they had a chance before, they don't have it now. And that should do it. Everyone should be accounted for. All the countries have been infected severely, and that's really how you're supposed to go about it. You always need to go for the symptoms that will give you the most severity. Like these right here in the center are your biggest help. Obviously you want to get the traveling one done, because I'm going to be quite honest, the revival one isn't that effective, and I think it does cost quite a bit of points. But if you focus just on the movement, I honestly feel like that's your best bet, because it doesn't quite cost it. I don't think it costs quite as many, as far as I know, but it definitely makes things easier. But now Iceland is all that remains, and they just now went down too, so there you go. Mindless zombies infected with SSF have hunted down and consumed the last human survivors. The zombies will decay, and soon the whole world will be empty. And that's that. You can clearly see that everyone's gone. That's that, guys. That was actually a very quick game. I'm gonna be honest, I did not expect the game to go that quickly. I don't even know how long that took, honestly. But we get to see, like, I think I did the right move by not spending, like, doing any spending on mutations as well. And not to mention, I kept my eyes peeled on ZCOM very closely and kept harassing them, and that didn't. The thing about ZCOM is, the more you harass them, the less they're gonna move, because they're focusing so much on trying to combat things that they don't really have the time to sort things out. Eventually they did move, because they were under the impression that they were keeping things under control. However, as I focused mainly on the severity and got that up, and that is basically what screwed them over. It's like they stay pinned down, and I was able to wear them down. In the Baltic states, you could see, look at the movement of the zombies too. You could see me actually do that. Look at how many times I pumped zombies into that city, or that country. Look at that. That's really your best. You can see how quickly, like, holy crap. Like, I was quick with just getting everyone down, and then you could see, like, eventually I get to the point where everyone just gradually goes down. And the amusing thing is, Greenland never actually looks dim in this, even though I did send zombies into that country. But there you go. I think this glitched. But, like, that was actually very impressive. And look at this total score too. I was able to get nearly a perfect score, like a 5 biohazard score, which is ranking, and that's something that generally don't get often with this. I mean, I'm gonna be quite honest. This is one of the hardest plagues to get a successful 5 biohazard ranking, especially on Mega Brutal. It's painful, in more ways than one, just how difficult they make it. But as you guys can see, um, it it really spread quickly, and it was quite impressive how I was able to get like the vast majority of the world infected. That was another thing I did right, was I made sure like at least half of the population were infected first. And like I said, you can clearly see like the battle that I was raging with ZCOM, and it makes me wonder. I have a feeling they probably were about to move to another base, but I was able to stop them in their tracks. I was able to stop them in their tracks and hold them off and wear them down, and by the time they went to a new base, I was already well established with loads of zombies surrounding the area, so I was able to immediately just send wave after wave into the country, and it just took them down immediately, and they didn't have the chance to get sorted out there, and pretty soon their strong base went down first, and then shortly afterwards, so did the other. So it's really along the lines of taking care of ZCOM as soon as possible, because you're going to have zombies, more than likely, for the rest of the countries. But I would recommend waiting until you sort of have ZCOM kind of like evened up with the zombies in terms of capabilities, and then start sending zombies into the countries you haven't infected yet, especially if you don't have that many. That's something I would really recommend. Waiting until the zombies aren't actually that, that there's only a few countries left, and odds are they're probably gonna slowly migrate into various others. There were only like 3 to 5 countries left that weren't infected, and I was able to move them into those countries pretty easily with plenty of DNA points to spare. So there's a lot of things. It's a very complicated virus, but it is among my favorites, just on the basis of how different that this is. I mean, it's insane. It's a very different virus, and it's not usual at all, per all the others. But now we move to another one, and this one is going to be another interesting one. This is not one of my favorites because of what you're having to combat well. Like, this is another one where you really have to multitask, but not in a good way compared to the coronavirus, in my opinion. But now it's time for the nanovirus. We're almost done with all the plagues, by the way. There's only a couple more after this, so let's go ahead and get started on the nanovirus, and I'll explain what this does in a moment. Again, I'll start in India, because, well, why not? So, SF is a nanovirus, an artificial life form which escaped from a lab. Humans are broadcasting a kill code to cure you. Destroy them fast before they shut you down. So basically, we are an artificial life form that humanity created, and they put in a built-in kill code to cure you, so to speak. Basically, they want to stop you. But you need to move quickly because they already know you're around. They already know you're out there, so you need to immediately go after their cure. So don't go after transmission and symptoms just yet. I would recommend going off for the usual here. So, like I said, immediately you want to go after the cure, the cure switch. Immediately take that out. Look how close look how many people are already working on it. It's pretty damn huge.